Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm doing a book haul. A lot of these books were Christmas presents. I did purchase a few for myself and some of them were part of my book of the month subscription. So let's just get into it so you can see all of these books that I got. First up, we have 20 Years Later. This is by Charlie Donlea. This story, I'm gonna give a brief description of, but basically this is about the events of 9/11, but this is 20 years later and they have made a successful identification of a 9/11 victim in years, but there's a twist to it. There's a lot more going on to that, but I just want to keep descriptions brief. Definitely go look it up. But this sounded so interesting to me and I put it on my Christmas wish list because I just wanted to find out what's happening here. The back of the book just seems so interesting because it deals with 9/11 stuff and they've identified a victim 20 years later, but there's a twist to it. There's also apparently somebody who was accused of unaliving their married lover. So somehow that's going to tie into all of this and it's going to be interesting, but this is the first book that I got. Next up, I have Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I basically want every Riley Sager book, so I put a ton of them on my list. I actually don't even know. This is about Maggie and she inherits this creepy mansion from her father. He has been telling ghost stories for years. She doesn't believe any of it, but then as she lives in the house, it becomes clear that there's some creepy stuff going on. I don't quite know the whole plot. I basically, Riley Sager is now just an auto-buy author for me because I really enjoyed The Only One Left. So I am excited to read this at some point. Probably won't be till October. I feel like it gives spooky vibes, you know? Okay, this one I did purchase. This is the Holiday Honeymoon Switch. I had every intention of reading this during the Christmas season and I didn't get to it. So I don't know if I'll read it this year before Christmas or not, but basically it's about these two friends. One of them was supposed to get married, but now she doesn't have her, it's a non-refundable honeymoon. So I think they both switch and the one who was supposed to go on the honeymoon goes on another vacation. And then the one who wasn't getting married goes on the honeymoon vacation. They end up meeting people there, something like that. I know that's what? It's a switch. These two friends switch their Christmas vacations, basically. Next up this was on my Christmas wish list. This is First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. I honestly don't even know what this book is about. Here, I'll just read the little blurb. Evie Porter has everything a nice Southern girl could want. A doting boyfriend, a house with a white picket fence, a tight group of friends. The only catch? Evie Porter doesn't exist. So I'm interested to see what's happening with this book. Next up, another Christmas present. This is Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I think this is the one where the kid disappears out of his backyard in the middle of the night. They're going camping in the backyard or something and the kid disappears from his own backyard. So yeah, it's just this kid was taken in the middle of the night and the kid who lived in the house returns 13 years later after this incident, still haunted by it. I guess is gonna learn the truth of it. I don't know. It sounded interesting, and again, Riley Sager is just auto-buy now. Another Christmas present was Nora Goes Off Script. I don't even know what this one's about. But I've heard good things about it, so if you've read it, let me know. Another Christmas present was Feels Like Summer by Wendy Francis. It's basically a story of these sisters and they need to rebond and fix their relationship. So I thought that was interesting. I like family and friendship stuff like that where, it's about family and friendship. Next up, another Christmas present. This was Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. This just says her dream apartment, her worst nightmare. This says there's a fellow apartment sitter in the building goes missing. And then the main character begins to suspect there are dark forces at work behind all this. And as she does dig her deeping, she realizes that the building that she's moved into, there's a lot more twisted, dark things than she realized. All right, I got this book as my book of the month for December. This is Alice Feeney's Beautiful Ugly. Basically, this guy's wife disappears, but then he finds a woman who looks exactly like his missing wife years later. So we will see. We'll see how. I know it's I'm not the best with giving descriptions, and I don't want to read all of the little blurbs, but you get it. Next up, we have The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, or is it Poston? I think this one is kind of the Lake House movie where they're existing in different timelines. So this woman moves into her aunt's apartment and she finds this strange man standing there, but he exists in the past. so 7 years in the past, and she lives 7 years in the future. But her aunt has always said that the apartment was like a pinch in time, a place where moments blend like watercolors. So it's definitely giving me like the Lake House movie vibes. I think that's what this is gonna be like. I did pick up In a Holidays last month, and I did read this one. It was so cute, so good. But basically this woman kind of keeps, it's almost like a Groundhog Day sort of thing. She keeps reliving her Christmas break to fix things that went wrong in her life and to get with the right guy. So it is really good. It was really cute. I did really enjoy this, and I highly recommend that you pick it up for next year's Christmas TBR. Next up, I have a Killing Cold. This one is, let me think here. I know what this is about. Hang on. So this woman goes, I think with her boyfriend, to meet his family on this isolated winter retreat. She's getting threatening messages on her phone. There's footprints outside the cabin. She finds a photo of herself as a child taken at this little cabin. So apparently she's been there before. She has no recollection of it, and she begins to piece things of her memories together and realizes she's in terrible danger. Someone has a shocking secret that they will do anything to keep hidden. So it's very, very interesting. This book hasn't even been officially released yet. I don't think it comes out until next month, but this is my January pick for Book of the Month. Then I got several add-ons this month for Book of the Month, but this was one of them, The Stranger Upstairs. Basically, I'll just read the little blurb on the back. It's like gruesome history, a hostile neighborhood, a new owner with a shocking secret. Welcome to Blackwood House. So there you go. That's as much as I'm gonna, I don't want to give too much away because I haven't read these books. So I want to know, like I want to go into it blind, you know? Then we have The Last One at the Wedding by Jason Rekulic. I don't know how to say it. This guy, Frank, he's trying to figure out his daughter's fiance seems suspicious. There's warning signs, so he's just trying to like figure out what's going on. And yeah, people start dropping one by one, and that's the last one at the wedding, you know? All right, and then the last book that I got for this haul and for my Book of the Month this month as part of the add-ons was The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. Because I read the other Christina Lauren book, I wanted to give this one a shot. I've heard so many good things about this one. I constantly pick it up at Target and think I should get it. And finally I was like, you know what, just get it on Book of the Month. But this one, so I think they got married and then they got divorced, but 3 years later they have to fake date or fake marry because the guy that she was, Liam, the guy she was gonna marry, he's getting an inheritance of $100 million. But there's one catch, he can't claim the money until he's been happily married for 5 years. But then I guess they didn't actually get divorced. Interesting. So anyway, it kind of sounds a little bit like Sweet Home Alabama, where it was like they thought they were divorced, they're not divorced, but now he's set to inherit all this money as long as he's been married for 5 years and happy and whatever. It sounds good. Sounds interesting. I'm excited to read it. So, all right guys, so those are all of the books that I was either gifted or I did purchase. Like I said, if it was Book of the Month, I purchased those myself. Everything else was Christmas presents. So yeah, but I'm excited to read all of these at some point this year. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. What books did you pick up last month or this month or get for Christmas? Let me know in the comments below. Have you read any of these books? Let me know that too. What were your thoughts? Let me know. But I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.